The World Cup was supposed to feel like the most universal event on Earth. One ball, two goals, 90 minutes. Countries that disagree on everything suddenly understand the same language. But when the World Cup came to North America in 2026, something changed. The world's game entered the world's most expensive sports market. The stadiums were bigger. The distances were longer. The tickets were dynamic. The hotels were expensive. The flights were complicated. And for many fans, the question was no longer who will win. The question was, who can even afford to be there? This is not just a football story. It is an American story. A story about what happens when a global The World Cup is supposed to belong to the world. But in America, it began to look like another event built for people who can pay. If you want more stories about the America left behind and the decisions that made it happen, subscribe to Vanished America. Here, we don't just show the story, we follow the money behind it. The World Cup has always been more than a tournament. It is one of the few moments when the whole planet seems to look in the same direction. In some countries, football is not entertainment. It is memory. It is class. It is neighborhood. It is family. It is the poor kid in the street, the packed cafe, the flag in the window, the old man who remembers a goal from 40 years ago. That is why people call it the world's game. Because football does not require much. A ball can be cheap. A field can be improvised. A goal can be 2 bags on the ground. That simplicity is part of its power. But the 2026 World Cup arrived in a very different environment. It arrived in the United States, Canada, and Mexico as the biggest World Cup ever. 48 teams, 104 matches, 16 host cities. A tournament stretched across an entire continent. And that scale created a new kind of World Cup. Bigger than ever, more commercial than ever, more expensive than ever. The game was still simple, but the machine around it was not. For millions of fans, the dream is simple. See your country play in a World Cup. Be in the stadium, hear the anthem, feel the crowd, remember it forever. But in 2026, that dream came with a price tag that many people could not ignore. FIFA introduced dynamic pricing for the tournament, meaning ticket prices could move with demand. In theory, there were cheaper tickets, but in practice, many fans saw a very different reality. High-demand games became expensive, resale prices climbed, the final became a symbol of everything people feared. The World Cup was still marketed as a celebration for the world, but access began to feel like a market test. How much will fans pay? How far will they travel? How much can one match be worth? And that is where the contradiction begins. Football is supposed to be the people's game, but the live experience started to feel like a luxury product. The stadium was full of flags, but the pricing system was full of filters. The fan did not just need passion, he needed money. To understand why the 2026 World Cup feels different, you have to understand American sports culture. In America, live sports are not just games, they are premium entertainment products. Stadiums are built around suites, sponsorships, parking, concessions, VIP access, hospitality packages, media rights, betting, branding, and corporate clients. The fan is not only a supporter, the fan is a customer. And the stadium is not only a place to watch, it is a revenue machine. That is the world the World Cup entered. In many football cultures, the stadium is sacred because it belongs to the club, the city, and the supporters. In America, the stadium often feels like a business district with seats. Every part of the experience can be monetized. The ticket, the parking, the food, the beer, the jersey, the ride, the hotel, the app, the screen. the sponsorship. The World Cup did not create this system, it entered it. And once it entered it, the world's game began to look like American sports. There is another part of this World Cup that makes it different: distance. A World Cup in North America is not like a tournament in a small European country. It is not a train ride from one city to the next. It is a continental event. Matches are spread across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. For teams, fans, journalists, workers, and organizers, that means flights, hotels, transfers, security zones, airports, rental cars, buses, traffic, and planning. The geography itself becomes part of the cost. In many parts of the world, football culture is built around proximity. You walk to the stadium, you take a subway, you meet people in the street. But in much of America, distance is normal. Driving is normal. Long travel is normal. Expensive logistics are normal. And that changes the feeling of the tournament. The World Cup becomes less like a street festival and more like a managed travel product. The game is 90 minutes, but getting to the game can become the real contest. Big events are usually sold to cities as economic opportunities. Fans will come, hotels will fill, restaurants will benefit, airlines will win, local businesses will see the boost. That is the promise. But the early reality has been more complicated. High ticket prices, travel costs, visa concerns, security worries, and uncertainty over matchups have made some fans hesitate. Some hotels expected a surge that did not arrive the way they imagined. Some airlines saw weaker demand than expected. That does not mean the World Cup failed. It means the economics of mega events are not as simple as the sales pitch. A city can host the world and still wonder where the promised crowds are. A hotel can raise prices and then cut them. Airlines can expect a boom and find that fans are more careful with money than planners assumed. The fan is not an unlimited wallet, and when the experience becomes too expensive, even the world's biggest tournament can start to feel out of reach. Every World Cup comes with the same question: who pays and who profits? FIFA owns the tournament brand. FIFA sells the media rights. FIFA sells sponsorships. FIFA controls huge parts of the commercial machine. Host cities provide security, transportation, public services, fan zones, logistics, and local infrastructure. The promise is that tourism and global attention will make it worth it, but that promise is always difficult to measure. Cities often absorb costs that are very real and immediate. The benefits are broader, harder to track, and sometimes overstated. A hotel may profit, a restaurant may profit, a sponsor may profit, FIFA may profit. But the local taxpayer may still be left asking what exactly the city bought. This is why mega events reveal something deeper about modern economies. The spectacle is public, the profits are often private, the risks are shared, the rewards are uneven. And by the time the final whistle blows, the host city may be left with bills that last longer than the celebration. The modern World Cup is not only a sporting event, it is a security operation. Stadium perimeters, surveillance cameras, police deployment, drone concerns, road closures, fan zones, crowd control, emergency planning. The more valuable the event becomes, the more controlled it becomes, and that changes the atmosphere. A tournament that is supposed to feel like a global street party can begin to feel like a controlled zone. This is especially true in America, where major events already operate inside a culture of security, liability, traffic control, and risk management. That does not mean security is unnecessary. With crowds this large, it is essential. But it does reveal another contradiction. The World Cup is sold as freedom, emotion, and unity. But the modern version depends on fences, cameras, police, credentials, checkpoints, and restricted space. The world's game becomes a world-class operation, and the fan becomes part of a managed crowd. This is the deeper question behind the 2026 World Cup. Is this still football, or has football become one more luxury experience? The game itself has not changed. A goal is still a goal, a missed penalty still hurts, a last-minute winner still makes strangers hug each other. That part is real. But everything around the game has changed. The ticketing has changed. The travel has changed. The media has changed. The sponsors have changed. The stadiums have changed. The prices have changed. The World Cup used to feel like a tournament that temporarily belonged to everyone. But now, more and more, it feels like a global product that only some people can fully access. That does not destroy the magic, but it changes who gets to experience it in person. Football may still be the world's game, but the World Cup has become one of the world's most expensive stages. The 2026 World Cup is not just a mirror of football, it is a mirror of modern America. America knows how to scale. Bigger stadiums, bigger screens, bigger brands, bigger highways, bigger security, bigger prices, bigger experiences. The country can take a simple game and build an entire economy around it. That is its strength, and also its problem. Because when everything becomes bigger, it often becomes less accessible. The same country that can host the biggest tournament in history can also make ordinary fans feel priced out of it. The same system that creates spectacle can also create distance. The same event that promises unity can reveal inequality. That is why this World Cup matters beyond the score. It shows what happens when the people's game enters a system designed to maximize revenue. It becomes bigger, it becomes brighter, it becomes more profitable, but it may also become less human. The World Cup will still give us unforgettable moments. There will be goals, flags, tears, celebrations, heartbreak, and stories that people remember for the rest of their lives. That is the power of football. No pricing system can fully erase it. But the 2026 tournament also asks a harder question. Who is the World Cup really for? Is it for the fans who made the game global? Is it for the cities that carry the costs? Is it for the sponsors, broadcasters, and hospitality packages? Is it for the people in the stands, or the people who can afford the best view? The World Cup is called the world's game. But when it becomes too expensive for much of the world to attend, something changes. The ball is still simple. The game is still beautiful. But the machine around it has become enormous. And in America, the world's game became another reminder that even joy can be priced like a luxury.